What is the nicest thing you've ever done that no one knows about? When I started working at my local supermarket at age 19, I noticed this elderly man who would come in every single day. The first time I saw him, he was counting pennies at the checkout to buy bread and milk. His hands were shaking, and people in line behind him were getting annoyed. I quietly paid for his groceries when he wasn't looking. The cashier, Dana, gave me a small nod and didn't say anything to him. The old man shuffled away, relieved he had enough money. Something about him reminded me of my grandfather who passed away when I was young. The next day, he came back. Same thing, counting coins for basic items. I learned his name was George when Dana called him Mr. George at checkout. This time he was trying to buy soup and toilet paper. Again, I covered it without him knowing. This became our daily routine. I'd watch from the aisles as he carefully selected the cheapest options, checking prices meticulously. Sometimes he'd put items back when he realized he couldn't afford them. I always made sure to be nearby at checkout to quietly cover whatever he needed. After about 2 months, I noticed George had a nasty cough, but instead of medicine, he only grabbed bread and milk. That's when I decided to do more. I started adding basic medicine and vitamins to his bags when Dana rang him up. The whole time, George never knew where the extra items came from. One day, I overheard him telling Dana that someone must be watching over him because he kept finding extra food and supplies in his bags when he got home. Dana just smiled and said, "Must be angels, Mr. George." But things changed when I saw George trying to walk home in the pouring rain one evening. He was struggling with his bags, stopping every few steps to rest. I couldn't just watch anymore. I grabbed my umbrella and ran out to help him. He was startled at first, but grateful for the help. As we walked, he told me his story. His wife died 2 years ago, and their retirement savings went to her medical bills. Now he lived alone on a tiny pension that barely covered rent. What broke my heart was when he said he used to be a teacher for 40 years. He'd helped hundreds of kids learn to read, and now he could barely afford to eat. That night, I helped him home to a tiny apartment with hardly any furniture. I couldn't sleep that night. The next day, I called my mom, who worked at a senior assistance center. Within a week, we got George signed up for meal delivery services and proper benefits he didn't know he qualified for. But I didn't stop there. I remembered all those kids he taught over 40 years. I found his old school's Facebook page and posted his story, without mentioning what I'd done at the store. Former students started commenting, sharing memories of Mr. George who made reading fun. Soon, a group of his former students organized a surprise. They renovated his apartment, bought him new furniture, and set up a monthly grocery delivery service. George cried when they surprised him. He had no idea so many people remembered him.